fighter known as the Black Rhino, Clifford Etienne. Charging through the division with his aggressive nature, he hopes to move up the heavyweight food chain. But tonight, he's challenged by the fighter who calls himself the White Buffalo, Frans. Botha. For years, he's been hunted by the best in the division, but has stubbornly defied extinction. Who will survive tonight, the Rhino or the Buffalo? It's next on Showtime Championship Boxing. The home of the world-famous French Quarter, Bourbon Street, Cajun cuisine, and all that jazz. Welcome to the Big Easy, festive New Orleans, Louisiana, a charming city that is definitely one of a kind. Showtime Championship Boxing is pleased to be here tonight as we present Boxing on the Bayou. It's fight night in New Orleans. Our main and rare single attraction will feature one of the more intriguing matchups in terms of nicknames. Clifford the Black Rhino Etienne, the hometown favorite out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, will take on former heavyweight champion Frans Botha, also known as the White Buffalo, originally from South Africa. It's dubbed the Call of the Wild, but will it live up to its name? We bring you inside of the New Orleans arena located next to the spacious Louisiana Superdome. The crowd settles in for what local promoters call the biggest heavyweight fight in this city since Spinks Ali II in 1978. An exaggeration, no doubt, of the significance tonight. However, Etienne and Botha seem very serious about climbing back into title contention. Hello again, everybody. Steve Albert ringside from New Orleans. The joke among some around boxing is that tonight either Clifford Etienne or Frans Botha will be added to the endangered species list. Now, even though it's said in jest, perhaps that's the point of tonight's fight. Both men have won and lost big fights, but both know that in a division that faces restructuring, one more loss will move these fringe contenders to the back of an ever-lengthening line. It's a situation where the loser's career could sustain a fatal blow, while the winner may still have much to prove. We visit the dressing room of the always colorful White Buffalo, 33-year-old South African Frans Botha. The former IBF champ loses only to the best. His 4 career defeats have come against Michael Moore, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, and most recently Vladimir Klitschko. Judging by recent results, Botha has become a high-class trial horse. In order to put the perception to rest, he'll need to convincingly and impressively beat Etienne, a slightly younger and fresher heavyweight. And with that, let me bring on my ringside partner, former world champion Bobby Ches, also known as the Marlon Perkins of boxing. Should either one of these fighters, the one who comes out the winner, be considered a legitimate heavyweight contender?
You know, Steve, I don't think that just any type of win for either of these fighters will elevate them to true contender status. I think they need to win impressively, and I think they really do need an absolute knockout. They have to be completely convincing. Just a decision here is not going to erase some of the less than stellar performances in recent times by either of the fighters. They need a knockout, and they need it tonight, and they need to make that statement.
You know, individually, neither one of these fighters really evokes much conversation, but could this matchup produce fireworks as they fight each other together?
It's always said that styles make fights. Both of these fighters come out early, coming to fight. Now, in past, Frans Botha has slowed down a little bit, 4, 5, 6 rounds. They say he's not going to do that. Clifford Etienne throws 80 to 90 punches around, upwards more than that. I tell you what, I think this fight has to be explosive. Neither of them fights going backwards. Good fight.
Well, Etienne calls this a career-defining fight. Let's take you backstage and check out the dressing room of Clifford Etienne, the Black Rhino. 32-year-old Clifford Etienne, slight favorite, minutes away from attempting to resurrect his career. Unlike Botha, Etienne hasn't faced the elite in his one loss. Etienne was dropped 7 times by Frans Oquendo. Since then, the Rhino has won 5 in a row against confidence-building opposition. No one has ever doubted that he's among the division's most exciting fighters, but is he among the best? Bobby Ches breaks down the Louisiana native in his report card.
Here's my report card for Clifford Etienne. My first grade is for offensive output. He's one of the busiest heavyweights today, sometimes throwing more than 80 punches per round. I like to give him an A, but sometimes he gets overeager and sloppy and misses a bit too much. His grade, a B+ based on sheer volume of his offensive output. My second grade is for defense. Etienne makes the same mistakes over and over again. For instance, he leans to his right and drops his left hand. Or here against Frans Oquendo, he repeatedly gets hit with the same overhand right. He gets a C- for his less than average defense. Next is chin, or lack thereof. He was knocked down 7 times against Frans Oquendo and appeared particularly vulnerable when tagged on the top or on the side of the head. He gets a D for his most glaring weakness, his chin. Last is heart. Etienne definitely comes to fight. He never backs down, he never quits. He's always entertaining. I give him an A, a very high mark for heart. On my report card, Etienne earned low marks for chin and defense, but he's an aggressive fighter with heart. His overall grade, a C+.
So he's got a lot to prove tonight to improve his grade, and the question remains, is Clifford Etienne a potential big-time heavyweight, or is he destined for the second tier? Tonight's outcome will go a long way in determining just that. We're closing in on Etienne Botha from New Orleans. Recently, the best of the heavyweight division have been fighting each other. Evander Holyfield beat Hasim Rahman. Lennox Lewis took out Mike Tyson, and WBA champ John Ruiz takes on Kirk Johnson. Now, if Etienne and Botha have any hope of joining the elite, a loss tonight is out of the question. And man, do they know it. With the many recent bouts between elite heavyweights, boxing's glamour division has never been busier. With his convincing destruction of Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis continues his reign as the world's premier heavyweight. After his impressive stoppage of Ray Mercer, WBO champion Vladimir Klitschko has...
Is Joe Frazier watching her...
Meanwhile, perennial player Evander Holyfield recently TKO'd Hasim Rahman, inflicting a bizarre, almost alien-like contusion. And tonight, WBA champion John Ruiz meets undefeated Kirk Johnson. Hoping to join this elite circle of champions and contenders are Clifford Etienne and Francois Botha, 2 fighters who know a loss here could end their title aspirations. Clifford Etienne's won 24 of 25 fights and a reputation for his aggressive style. The Rhino with a barrage. But at the age of 32 and without a victory over a quality opponent, he's yet to be considered a serious contender.
This fight is very big for me. You know, it's large. It's my future. You know, it'll determine if I'm a Class A fighter or Class B fighter. You know, I know what I am. And I know that Botha hasn't lost to any Class B fighters. So in order for me to prove to the world what I am, I have to beat him, hands down, no question. It's very important.
In his 13-year career, Francois Botha has won a world title and 44 fights.
Francois Botha.
But over the last 7 years, he is 0 for 3 in title fights, with no wins over impressive opposition.
It's over. It's over.
Despite this, he bristles at the notion of being considered a stepping stone for Etienne.
There's a lot of easier opponents out there for him to fight, to move up, instead of trying to jump on my back and move up. So it's going to be a rude awakening for him.
You know, you have to hurt me. You have to kill me in order to go on and win. And you better kill me, you better bring up a grouper. You know, rhinoceros don't run away. They run at you. You hit your head on, they crack an engine block.
So Clifford Etienne, the Black Rhino, the white buffalo is going to roam the prairie again. I'm coming, baby.
Well, sometimes the fights to avoid elimination from the ranks of contenders are more compelling than world title bouts. Etienne's rumble with Lawrence Claybay, both his draw with Shannon Briggs serve as evidence. Will desperation turn Etienne Botha into that kind of fight? We're about to see. Back here with my partner, Bobby Ches. And Bobby, Botha's new trainer, the highly regarded Jesse Reed, says we're going to see some new wrinkles tonight. What exactly did he mean by that?
Well, by new wrinkles, he meant that for the first time maybe in Francois Botha's professional career, he's actually in shape to fight 10 hard rounds. Offensively, instead of 1, 2, or 3 punches, he's going to throw 5, 6, and 7. Defensively, instead of moving back in a straight line like he always does, he's going to move side to side, give us some angles. It's a lot to have changed from just one fight ago. Let's see if he can do it.
Can Botha stay on pace with the busy pace of Clifford Etienne? Also keeping in mind that he fades. He has an endurance problem.
Well, the Francois Botha of the past, prior to Jesse Reed and those new wrinkles he supposedly put in, the Francois Botha of the past not only would have trouble with the style of Etienne, but it would be his demise. I think that Etienne chases him right out of the ring if he comes in the shape he's always been in the past.
All right, let's try to wrap it all together with your keys to victory.
Okay. In a true crossroads fight, Clifford Etienne and Frans Botha need a win to keep their careers alive. A loss here could mark the end of their careers as serious heavyweight contenders. Number 1 for Clifford Etienne, establish the jab. Botha has trouble with fighters that jab well. Number 2, push Francois Botha backward. Botha cannot fight going backward. And lastly, outwork Botha. Botha has a reputation for getting tired early, and Etienne does not. Here Etienne on the right against Lawrence Claybay. He's already driven him back to the rope, pushing him backward, and he unloads to the body with both hands, left and right. Etienne has a very high output of punches. Throws sometimes upwards of 80 or 90 punches around. For a heavyweight, that is relatively unheard of. That's what he needs to do against Botha. Keep the pace heavy, keep the pace high. Francois Botha, number 1, he needs to be the aggressor. He cannot let Etienne get into a rhythm coming forward. Number 2, he's going to work the body. He needs to find a way to slow Etienne down. This is his best opportunity. And lastly, the overhand right. We saw the vulnerability that Etienne has shown, especially against Frans Kendo. Here we see Botha on the left against Shannon Briggs. Throwing that right hand, being effective. He's coming forward, being the aggressor. This is what he needs to do against Etienne. And again, he comes back forward, banging the overhand right. Consistently throwing it there again. That's what he needs to do if he's going to win tonight.
One intangible that both fighters have in abundance is heart. But will the Black Rhino and the White Buffalo fight more like wildlife than still life? The ring walks straight away. This is Etienne country, so the White Buffalo comes in wearing the proverbial black hat, although he's wearing a white hat, as you can plainly see. Botha will enter to Bob Marley's, what else, Buffalo Soldier. Hopes a big win here might propel him to a big money rematch with Mike Tyson. Jesse Reed, who we mentioned before, very candid, said his first order of business, get Botha to stop drinking. He's been sober now for about 7 months. Bobby, as you know, with Botha, you basically know what you're getting. A methodical but game, durable bruiser with a heavy right, pretty good chin. He's been known to fade, but he's fought a who's who of the division. Will his experience be a major factor, or is it overrated?
Well, sometimes experience is great, especially if a fight goes late. But I think the bigger factor here will be that conditioning that we spoke about a little bit ago. If Francois Botha is in condition to fight late, then the experience can be a factor. But if he fades, that experience is going to be worthless because he'll be too tired to use it.
And is he totally focused? He's got a lot of outside business interests, a new promotional company, multi-million-dollar deals with Home Depot. But there's no question, as he pointed out to us, his motivation is a possible sequel with Tyson. But to make a point, he's got to win and win impressively, just like his opponent, Clifford Etienne. And now we get ready for the crowd favorite from nearby Baton Rouge, the Black Rhino, Clifford Etienne, who calls this the biggest fight of his life. Coming into Busta Rhymes is Clifford Etienne. Here's a guy who lost 10 years in prison for armed robbery. He went on to make Dean's List at Southern University, but I got to tell you, still difficult to erase what happened against Oquendo. In fact, he recently lashed out at a fellow by the name of Bobby Ches for his criticism. Etienne firing back. Hey, I got up and continued to fight. Bobby quit on his stool against Holyfield, so how can he criticize me? Fair or not, how do you remain unbiased and objective, Bobby?
Well, it's real simple, Steve. It's not about me, it's about Etienne. If he didn't go down 7 times against President Oquendo, I would have had nothing to be scrutinizing him about. But the fact of the matter is, I like him. I think he's going to win tonight. But if he doesn't win tonight, he'll prove that my criticism may have been correct.
P.S. You did win 3 world titles. Etienne none so far, but if he wins convincingly tonight, a title fight with Lennox Lewis is not out of the question. But Etienne does feel that Botha is underestimating him, his power, his chin, his skills overall, and that all Botha has to do is tap him on the head, the temple, or the ears, and he'll go down. He still insists that was a balance issue and not a problem with his chin. Let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Some feel Botha's an old 33, Etienne a young 32 or 10. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, Thomas Schreiber.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to the New Orleans Arena for our featured bout. And it is brought to you by Rhino Promotions in association with Les Bonanno, Bayou Promotions, and Showtime. This bout is sanctioned by the Louisiana State Boxing and Wrestling Commission. Chairman is Fielding Davis. Vice Chairman is Buddy Embonato, along with Alvin Topham. Chief Physician is Dr. Jerry Rosenberg, and the timekeepers are Keith Thibodeau and Juan Femia Sr. counting for the knockdowns. The 3 judges assigned, scoring on a 10-point must system are Barry Orgeron of Cutoff, Louisiana, Kenny Sanchez of Franklin, Louisiana, and Paul Ceda of Folsom, Louisiana. When the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action will be Elmo Adolph of Destrehan, Louisiana. The time has come for our main event, 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. So now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the New Orleans Arena, it's showtime. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing white trunks and is fighting out of Newport Beach, California, by way of Pretoria, South Africa, and weighed in at exactly 233 pounds. His record consists of 44 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 1 no contest, with 28 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, the White Buffalo, Francois Botha. And his opponent fighting directly across from him tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing red with black trim and comes to us from nearby Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and weighed in at 224 pounds. He has a professional record of 24 wins, just 1 loss, with 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the number 5 contender by the WBO, the Black Rhino, Clifford Etienne. Once again, your referee in charge, Elmo Adolph, now to give the instructions. 10-round schedule.
Just one. I just want one up here. Everybody else down, please. All right, gentlemen. You receive your instructions. I personally have told you what I expect of you. When I say break, I want a clean break. Protect yourself at all times. This bout is by the ABC rules. Have a good one. Shake hands, come out boxing.
We're basically here to find out where Etienne and Botha fit into a very strange heavyweight division. After tonight, we still may not know. Fast starting banger, Clifford Etienne with a good work rate, keeps the pressure on. Francois Botha, meanwhile, tries to induce a sloppy fight. He'll punch, grab, and hold. He's a tough character. He's very strong. He's got that looping right, which can be sneaky. And the first offering by the White Buffalo.
Well, he came right out looking to land that right hand on the temple area.
And they are going right at it, Bobby, right here at the opening bell.
Break it, break it clean. Step back. Step back.
Got to be
Step, don't push, don't push, just step back, all right?
Etienne's big punch, a leaping left hook. At times careless defensively by keeping his hands down too low.
Don't hit and hold. Don't hit and hold.
Botha, who has no quit. But it'll take more than one punch to dismantle Francois Botha. Tyson's the only guy to be able to do that.
Don't hold.
And we'll see if Botha targets the head of Etienne, the vulnerable spot when he went down 7 times with Okendo.
Botha talked about the new training regimen, but I'll tell you, he still looks pretty soft and a little bit big in the midsection. I got to wonder if he's actually doing as much road work as he needs to.
Well, he is down from 241 to 233.
Break it clean. No.
But I'm not sure how that will translate into conditioning.
You can lose weight through diet. Losing it through work is a whole different ballgame.
Well, one thing's for sure, Bobby, 2 fighters with a lot of heart, as Botha just walked into a blast. Will this come down to who has the bigger heart? Etienne couldn't wait for this fight. He said he's never felt this way before a fight. Very eager to prove that his power, his chin and skills are underestimated, underrated.
I think this has been a combination of a war of wills and conditioning as well as toughness. And Etienne showing a little bit better defense already, not getting hit clean with those right hands.
Botha said he's prepared to destroy the Black Rhino. His trainer, Jesse Reed, told us they've trained for 10, but it won't go past 5. Etienne on the attack once again.
All right, let's go. Get out of there. Break it clean. Step back. Step back.
Botha said he used to burn himself out in the gym. He now has the stamina if it goes deep. And the key word they used was angles, using his shoulders, more turning. Overall, instead of beating himself in the gym, he said he's now saving himself for the fight.
Let's go. Break it clean.
You notice right now, Francois Botha is going backward continually. He does not as effective with his power going backward. His weight's moving backward. He's not nearly as good a boxer as most fighters that move backward are. Not a boxing type. He comes forward. He's well.
And he's going in reverse right now. As Etienne attacks with a left hook to the neck. Missing with the right. Botha trying to land with that deceptive right of his, but thus far, no dice.
You hold it, Francois.
Final seconds of the opening round. It's scheduled for 10, a non-title affair in the heavyweight division.
Listen to me. You are a boxer as well as a slugger. You understand? I want you to use the combinations of jabs and your fence. Don't try to slug with this chump. Don't worry about that. We're going to get him later. I want you to box the shit out of him right now. And go to the body.
One more. There you go. Just relax a little bit. Start turning your body.
But I don't want to hold.
All right. Don't bend your shoulders and start picking him up. You're hitting him now with that hard shot, but you got to set it up, relax with it. Don't force it now. Don't force it.
J.C. Davis wants Etienne to box more.
I think that was solid advice, Steve. I think he gave him the right advice. Get this guy later. So far, both has come out. He's not throwing 4, 5, and 6 punch combinations. And he's moving, not really side to side, but straight back. Not doing much different. And the punch output's not there.
A small welt developing underneath the left eye of the White Buffalo. As Etienne comes forward and throws punches. Some of those landing.
See, Botha can't keep this pace, and Etienne knows it. So does his trainer in the corner. We just told him, get this guy later. You can box. You don't have to slug. Don't put yourself in harm's way if you don't have to.
Botha's trying to end the night on one punch. The big right, but it's too looping, too wide, too telegraphed. They were working on trying to tighten up that right hand, but so far it's still out there and ready to be caught.
Things that Jesse Reed said he's changed have not been noticeable yet.
Etienne just missing with the left hook, but it got both his attention and the crowd.
So when Botha throws that big 1-2, even when he misses, Etienne's right back with 3, 4, 5, and 6 punches like this. Botha cannot win this fight this way.
Etienne throws a lot of punches. No let up here. Midway through round 2, scheduled for 10. Etienne in the red with the black and white trim, both in the white.
When Etienne works in behind the jab and doesn't look for those big one shots, he's so much more effective. Double, triple jab, works the right hand to the body. There you see the jab working. There's only one. He needs 2 and 3 to work it in.
Etienne has been the aggressor for the most part to this point. Pushing Botha back. Botha hasn't had many answers offensively, just the right hand. Now he's trying to use the left more. Here's that stiff jab sending Botha back by Clifford Etienne. And he's got a good jab. Again, Etienne coming forward. A whipping right.
Etienne's trying to work the body a little bit on the inside there, but I think he's whipping his punches a little too much, a little too hard. Calm down a little bit. He's a little excited, and just work Botha because he's obviously in better condition.
Etienne with the jab. Let's see if it follows up with a right. We approach the final 10 seconds of the second. Another round for the Black Rhino.
Relax. Relax. You got it. Breathe deep. Breathe deep. Remember, this is a boxing contest. You're going to beat this fucker up here. You understand? Still work the jabs, work the upper body fence, and combinations. All right?
Are you turning your shoulders? All right, get those shoulders turned. I like that looping right hand, left hook. If you get now, if you pull him into a turn to the side and pull him into the hook and then an uppercut, you drill him. All right? All right, nice and relaxed. That's it. Come on, deep one. That right hand, come back with a hook or a left uppercut.
Etienne, who has really applied a lot of pressure here in the first 2 rounds. 15 of his 17 knockouts in 3 rounds or less, as you just saw. What do you think of what Jesse Reed was telling the White Buffalo?
Well, he was telling him basically smart things, but he's also got to just simply tell him he's got to work more. His output has to be there. He can't win by getting outworked every minute of every round. Both of these fighters, and again, I can't imagine that Francois Botha knocks people out late because he gets so tired. But early on, both these guys very dangerous. 82% knockouts for Botha, 88% in the first 3 rounds for Black Rhino.
Botha coming on more now in round 3. Botha's last fight, an 8th round TKO loss to Vladimir Klitschko. In a report recently, he said he felt that Etienne's better than Klitschko. I don't know about that, but Etienne is getting the better of Botha here tonight so far. Good right cross there to the head. Another straight right hand this time by Botha. He's landed those last 2.
Let's go break it,
His 2 best punches thus far. So that right hand of Botha is starting to find a home.
Let's go break it.
Temporarily slowed the Black Rhino in his tracks.
You see the spurts are far and few between. Both will wait, will throw a few jabs, You know, throw some of those jabs just to keep Etienne off him, not necessarily to score.
Botha seems to be enamored with his power. And he does have some
Break
power.
it clean. Break it clean. Don't hit.
But it's not that great.
Francois Botha is not a one-punch knockout artist. He has good power, but he clubs you down. He'll beat you down over the course of rounds. But again, that's not with a big pace. You don't have a great chin. He can take you out, but outside that, he's not going to do it.
And in this case, Bobby, I do believe he's aiming for the head, the temple, or the ears of Clifford Etienne, which was so successful several fights back for Frans when he put Etienne down 7 times, an uncanny 7 times.
Right, but Francois Botha has hit him a few times semi-cleanly, no ill effects for Etienne, and Etienne has been the one doing more of the damage.
Botha again missing wildly with the right. But this is the better of the 3 rounds thus far for the White Buffalo.
I don't think he won the round. I don't think he's come close to winning the round yet, but it's certainly the best of the 3 rounds.
Fight inside or get out. No, no,
the
no,
other two are pretty lopsided for Etienne doing the work.
Again, both on the attack now. Back comes Etienne with a flurry.
All right, let's go. Get out.
He lands 3, 4, and 5 punch flurries, and Botha, when he lands, is 1, 2 at a time. That's it.
You got to put punches together now. You're doing good, but you're trying to punch too hard with the right hand. Just try to start touching him with the right hand and set up your shots. All right. You hear what I'm saying? You're in and out with your jab. Get that rhythm going with your feet. Show him what kind of boxing skills you got.
Watch Etienne on the attack. Look where Francois Botha is keeping his hand. Etienne jumps right in here with the right hand and follows up with a left hook. Really simple when your hand's down that low to get hit. Keep it down here, right over the top. And he throws a nice left hook in it too. You keep those hands down, you're going to get hit. And Etienne throws a lot more punches than Botha does. Then at the end of the round on the inside, Etienne fighting his way off the ropes. Botha not throwing enough punches, just not, the output is just not there.
It is round 4, scheduled for 10. Former Botha cut man Jesse Reed, brought back by Botha's wife and manager Elsie. Reed more of an instructor, as you can hear, than a cheerleader. He says that Botha was not using the skills that he's got up to this point, and you could hear him plainly say just a moment ago, box more, box more.
Let's go. Get out of there.
That's just it though, Steve. He's not a boxer. He doesn't have a boxer's body. He isn't a boxer type. He's heavy. He's not light on his feet. He doesn't float. Just not his style of boxing.
And fighters, as you well know, usually revert.
They revert to their basic natural instincts, and Botha's is to come forward, throw 1 or 2 big punches, and hold. Like he's doing there.
Trying to get Etienne into a sloppy fight, as Botha normally does with his opponents.
So Botha's not the type of fighter that's very effective moving backward, and for the entire first 3.5 rounds, that's what he's been doing, is backing up. He's not effective that way. Minimize his power. He's not a speed demon. Relatively slow.
Etienne's punches are getting harder.
Botha walked into a nice right hand right there. But he does have a great chin. He's probably the tougher of the two, but I don't believe the better fighter.
He's been down just 4 times in 50 professional fights. Etienne 8 times, but 7, of course, in that one fight. The only other time he was down was in his 14th fight, Etienne, against a fighter named James Jones. Etienne dropped in the first round and came back to stop Jones in the second. So showing a lot of heart there.
Now there he got it with a pretty clean shot. It didn't block it and smiled. No ill effects, as we might have thought after some of the things with Frans.
Both at jabbing, missing wildly with the right. Etienne sticks the jab upstairs in the face of Botha.
Let's go. Get out. Get out. No.
And elbow Adolf has to go to work. Under a minute left in round 4, scheduled for 10. Botha in the white, Etienne in the red with the black and white trim. just walking into a stiff right hand to the head, showing that he's got some resiliency. I don't know, maybe that fight with Okendo was an aberration. Maybe it was a fluke. But 7 times it still makes you shake your head. And they were all the result of the same type of punch, a clubbing right.
Big right hand by Etienne over the top. That was the best punch of the night so far.
And he's got both on the run and on the ropes. The city of New Orleans has been the scene for some famous fights over the years. Let's take a look. Jim Corbett and John L. Sullivan back in 1892. Bobby Ches was there to see that one ringside. Back in 1978, Ali Spinks for the heavyweight title. How about 1980? Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran. You remember that one? The No Mas fight. That's as big as they come. 82, Hearns over Benitez. And just a couple of years ago, Roy Jones Jr. stopped Eric Harding.
Well, I'll tell you that Sullivan-Corbett fight, first heavyweight title fight with gloves.
Yes. Gentleman Jim Corbett using the sweet science to out-finesse the slugging Sullivan.
Watch his right hand over the top by Etienne. Probably the best punch of the fight so far for him. Really rocked. Both had him in a little bit of trouble toward the end of that round, Steve.
As they come out for round 5, scheduled for 10.
Well, I'm not seeing the 4, 5, and 6 punch combination that Jesse Reed and Botha promised us. His angles as far as movement in and out, not really much different than usual. I'm not really seeing anything different.
Etienne has clearly had the upper hand to this juncture. And now he's going to the stiff jab. Botha continues to miss with the looping overhand right.
He got hit with a nice right hand to the body, did Botha.
Now
sort of winced a little.
Botha retaliating to the body. Botha with a series of jabs, but not getting much done. There's a good right hand by Etienne to the head of Botha on the ropes.
Etienne needs to work just a little bit more behind the jab. He's working nicely, but and some of the counters are good, but if he works behind the jab, he'll zero in on the range better, because Botha is leaning just one direction, back.
And the longer this fight goes, Etienne has the advantage. Good straight right hand by Etienne. Nice combination by Etienne.
No, don't hold it. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Etienne, who is an excellent football player, a linebacker in high school here in Louisiana. Got many big-time scholarships. Kicks to the body shots. Halfway round 5, we'll take a look at press row. Buddy DiLiberto from WWL Radio. Rodney Mallett, the Advocate, Baton Rouge, and King Simeon from the Times-Picayune in New Orleans. At this point, it's unanimous for the Black Rhino, the local product.
Black Rhino versus the White Buffalo, Animal Kingdom.
No truth to the rumor instead of a ring doctor.
Big right hand and hurt Etienne.
Yeah.
Wobbled him.
Etienne's in trouble out of nowhere. Francois Botha with a minute to go in the 5th round.
4, 5.
It was all Etienne up to that point.
7, 8, 9.
He's got 45 seconds to get through the round, and Botha goes right back to it.
Etienne is still in trouble, and his left hand is down.
Etienne is on unsteady legs. He's got his hands down. He's just flailing away. Botha with a dramatic turnaround.
Botha trying to really line him up and measure him.
He just pushes him down. That's not a knockdown.
That's sort of a wrestling move.
20 seconds to go in the 5th. It all happened with about a minute to go in round 5. And Etienne just trying to hang on.
Etienne got hit with a right hand on top of the temple that started this whole thing. It may be his Achilles heel. It certainly looks that way.
Well, he keeps insisting it's a balance issue. And he's walking to the wrong. Where's he going? He's walking to the wrong corner. Either that or he just wants to say something to Botha.
Get your arms off the rope. Listen to me. Here's where I'm going to find out what type of fighter you are. I want you to bob and weave, and this round just survive. The first start, you understand? Bob and weave and hold. I got it. Breathe deep. Breathe deep.
Take a look at the right hand. Pretty simple. Right on the temple. Right on the temple. And look at the legs of Etienne. He's wobbling. He's doing a Leon Earl. Unusual dance. Does not look steady at all, and eventually winds up crashing to the canvas. Right there, right uppercut. Was the coup de grace.
We'll see if Etienne has fully recovered from that disastrous end of round 5. It's round 6 scheduled for 10. After Etienne was in control, Botha with a dramatic turnaround, a heavy right hand to the temple, and once again the Achilles heel of the Black Rhino.
Well, you can be sure that the Black Rhino is going to have to hold up. He's going to have to do something to get the White Buffalo from coming at him, and he just did. He laid a 1-2 in him real well.
Etienne starts the round strong. He comes right at Botha. Well, that was a unique end to the round 5. After Etienne was in trouble, he followed Botha to his corner to say something. I'm curious to hear later what he was doing there. They're chanting Rhino. They expected about 4,000 here at the New Orleans Arena. It's a very enthusiastic crowd behind Etienne.
Etienne right now is showing good combinations and punches, a little off balance, but he still doesn't look like his feet are completely under. He still looks like he has a little bit of wobble in him.
Punches being blocked now by Botha. He's probably got the better defense of the two men.
I don't know if he's got a better defense, but he has a better chin, it looks like. It looks like he's just more tough, more durable.
Etienne, though, does have a bad habit of keeping his hands down too low. His right hand's down low. Etienne grazing with that left hook. The crowd thought it was a more effective punch, but it was right above us, and it didn't hit him fully.
Right now, you would think there would be a little more of a, not a sense of urgency for the Buffalo, but he might be a little more enthusiastic about coming off that round. We had Etienne in such big trouble. But once again, I think it's an indication that his conditioning is severely, it's lacking. He just needs something different.
So has Francois Botha let Etienne off the hook here? He had him in terrible trouble at the end of round 5. Now it's near the end of round 6. And he's let Etienne back in. Etienne just losing his footing.
Etienne got a hit on the top of the head again a little bit, too.
They're calling it a knockdown. And listen to this reaction.
7, 8, let's go, box.
Etienne's not objecting. He got hit on top of the head and it looked like it wobbled his legs. And when he got bent over, Botha just pushed him down.
So that's the second knockdown of the fight for Francois Botha. So Etienne is now down 10 times in his career, 2 times tonight. Final seconds of round 6, a fight that has suddenly turned in favor of the White Buffalo. A very concerned opponent, a very concerned spectator, Tiffany Etienne, the wife of Clifford Etienne, who is clearly emotional after what she has been seeing.
This is the 7th round coming up. You still got time. I want you to box and move. Catch yourself first. You understand? Don't get involved in no slugfest. We'll go later for that. I want you to box.
Take a look at the knockdown from round 5. There he gets wobbled, his right hand to the temple. Again, you see him, he's not on steady legs, trying to hold on. Eventually a nice right uppercut in here. Right there, Botha puts him on the canvas. Now this round, he comes in right there, gets hit on top of the head. His legs wobble a little bit, and he just goes down. And I tell you, it just doesn't look good. His wife very upset. You can see her crying. Very emotional crying. Very emotional.
Round 7.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scheduled for 10.
I had it 4 rounds to 2, but I have it dead even because of the 2 extra points for the knockdowns. So this is anybody's fight right now, fellas.
dancing around.
You see, even when he dances, he leaves his left hand low. That leaves a perfect opportunity for both or any other fighter to hit him in the right part, left side of his jaw, right on the temple area.
You recall in the Terrence Lewis fight here on Showtime, he was vulnerable in the later rounds there. But it's usually Botha who has the lapses of concentration and conditioning and endurance in the late rounds.
No.
Botha wanted to let fly on the break. Got a dirty look from Elmo Adolf.
And it was funny too, is Botha whispered something in the ear of Etienne when he had him on the ropes. I'm not sure what.
He'd like to put his fist in his ear. The way things have been going for Clifford Etienne, that could end it.
Let's go. Get out. Break it clean.
Well, I think we both thought, you in particular, that Etienne would be too busy. Too much of a high work rate for the White Buffalo.
Which he was for the first 4 rounds, and is this round, but he got hurt. And once he gets hurt, anything's possible.
That was the end of round 5 with a right hand by Botha. Then Etienne goes down again for the second time on a
questionable knockdown.
A half hit, half.
But here he's winning this round. He's outworking Botha again. Tired, doing what the old Botha always does. Nothing.
Well, let's see if Etienne can take advantage.
All Etienne really has to do is the double jab, a right hand hook, and then back off and do it again.
Break it clean. Step back all the way. No.
Once he throws more than 2 or 3 punches, Botha doesn't react well.
Nice right hand there onto the chin by Botha.
No. All right, let's go.
And holding and hitting by Botha, Etienne reacts. Etienne's getting very frustrated.
Botha swing, Etienne swing wildly, hitting both in the temple. This is where the conditioning becomes a factor. Etienne much better condition.
Etienne missing wildly, and Botha walks in. Botha looking the fresher of the 2 here. And who would have thought we'd be saying that?
Cliff, you're putting your head down. When you put your head down, they hit you.
Listen, they're not going to give you a decision here. You got to out-hustle him. Don't let him out-hustle you. All right, let's get him calmed down. I want to win this round big. Let's win this round big.
Just let your hands go this round. Not big punches, just let your hands go. Stay busy on them, all right? Jump all over them.
Suck it up. We're going. I want you to box him, slug him. Box him, slug him. You understand? Box him, slug him. Let's go for the gusto. Go for the gusto. When your legs are not moving, move that upper body. And if he misses, I don't even think about the head. You go to the body first, then the head. All right? Let's go. Bite down. The will to win. Will to win.
The way things have turned out at this stage, is this the time now where experience really pays off for Botha?
It really could if he has the condition to use that experience, Steve. That's so important because right now it could just be a matter of who can do more and who can throw more punches. Of course, the chin, the durability is a big factor because all it takes is one shot from Botha. We saw what happened. Etienne loses his legs, loses the round, 2 points. Big.
You heard Jesse Reed in Botha's corner. He said, I really want to win this round. It's round 8. He said, you're not going to get a decision here in New Orleans. This is Etienne's hometown. Boy, it's been called Call of the Wild. It certainly was a wild turn of events in rounds 5 and 6. And now it's survival of the fittest.
Ring experience here is for Botha. At the same time, we talk about it. He's been many more rounds, and he's been in there with much bigger players. He's been in there with the Tysons, Lennox Lewis, Shannon Briggs, etc., Michael Moore, Axel Schultz. This is something that Etienne hasn't gotten to yet. And although he's almost the same age, he's a young career. His inexperience is very telling.
Etienne lost 10 long years while he was incarcerated. That's where he learned to box. what you could call a young 32. Here are the times past 7 rounds. Botha again with the experience there. And he's 12-2-1 in those fights with a no contest.
Botha right now is just looking to time Etienne on the way in. He's throwing a little jab here and there, but he's looking to time with that right hand. Uppercut right over the top.
Been upset at both and the headbutts, but it's because he's keeping his head too low, I believe. In fact, Elmo Adolph felt the same way.
We know it is for both of them. It's a combination of their heads being down, but it's a combination of lack of balance. They're both overthrowing punches, and their heads are slamming because they're not in control of their bodies.
Combination upstairs by Botha. I think Botha in the last few rounds has been getting Etienne off balance a lot more than the other way around.
No matter who wins this fight, Steve, I'm telling you, he's right now.
Botha stagger.
He hit him with a beautiful right hand, caught him walking in.
Etienne trying to finish Botha off here in round 8.
What I was saying was no matter who wins this fight from here on out, based on the way it's gone, their stock does not go up.
The bell is sounded, and Etienne continued to hit Botha, and he goes down after the bell.
The referee didn't hear him, and the referee didn't hear the bell, and neither did the fighters.
Sterling McPherson, that man in the ring there, is the promoter and friend of Botha. The two promoters, Les Bonanno and Sterling McPherson, for some crazy reason, jumping into the ring, and they're being tossed out by security. Sterling McPherson, and the other side was Bonanno.
The fighters and the referee didn't hear the bell. I wonder if they have a rule for that.
Etienne's wife, very emotional. What a wild scene here in New Orleans.
After the bell. Wake up and recover yourself. Huh?
There's Sterling McPherson from Botha's corner. He used to be his trainer.
You're in this fight. He hit you after
and
the
manager.
bell. Turn your shoulders and start turning. Don't get
Let's
your
go
head
to Jim
under
Gray.
this thing.
Steve, I just spoke to Elmo Adolph, the referee, in between the round here. He did not hear the bell. He did not hear the bell, and as he was approaching the fighters to break them up on the clinch, the round had actually been over. He did not hear the bell. Steve?
That's what we said. Now the two promoters are going at it. Sterling McPherson on the right, Les Bonanno, the local promoter from New Orleans, in Etienne's corner on the left. Both clearly upset. And why are they collecting the scorecards?
Let's go. Give me a
They're collecting the points that are added after each round. This fight is going to act like nothing happened.
Unbelievable. Round 9. There was a better than 2-minute break between rounds. Usually it's 1 minute. They're just trying to get everything back in order. Well, here we go. Round 9. 2 to go. Perhaps. Botha just throwing Etienne off to the ropes. This has turned into a call of the wild. Etienne jumps on Botha. This time he does it at the beginning of the round. And he wants to make sure this time.
Get out, let's go.
The 2-minute rest actually helped Botha.
I would think so.
All right, let's go. Break it clean, fellas. Break it clean.
Botha was in trouble at the end of the 8th round and was put down after the bell. Elmo Adolph, the ref, didn't hear it. We heard it because we're sitting right next to him.
Right,
Just now, the legs sort of wobbled a little funny for Etienne, almost as if he got hurt again by one of those overhand rights.
Don't hit, hold.
What would Jack London have thought about this call of the Wild? The crowd chanting Rhino, who just got whacked with a right and a left hook to the chin.
I think one of those right hands on top of the head hurt the Rhino a little bit.
Clean. Let's go.
He's not punching like he was when he came out in this round. Obviously, he's had a better punch output for the entire fight and through his career. That's what he does. He punches all the way to the bitter end.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think he's hurt.
Press row has Etienne ahead.
As do I. 76-74.
Pretty close.
No.
Sorry, 76-73 I have.
It will be tough for Botha to get a decision here in Etienne's backyard. He knows he's got to knock Etienne out, and he's trying.
Let's go, get out of
But he was almost
No, get out.
out on his feet in the last round. Botha coming on.
Botha now coming forward. One of the things I thought was keys to victory, him putting the pressure on him backing up the Black Rhino. And right now he's doing it, but not as effectively as he might like.
Botha missing with the right hand.
All right, let's go. Don't hit and hold. Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
Botha now exhausted. This could come down to a battle of will, a battle of heart.
Let's go. No. None of that. Let's go, fellas. No. Let's go. Break it clean. Hey!
And that's round 9. 1 to go. Let's go to Jim Gray for a report. Jim.
All right, Steve, during the round I spoke to Buddy Mbondo. He's the vice chairman of the Louisiana State Boxing and Wrestling Commission. We asked him why there was 2 minutes in between the 8th and 9th round. He said because the referee, Elmo.H.W.2002.07.27, decided that he had to give Botha more time because he was made aware of the circumstance that he was hit after the bell, which he told us he didn't hear. That's still not permissible and against the rules, particularly in the event of him not hearing the bell. Steve?
First time I've ever seen that.
Push him around like a baby and bang him. And pick him up with uppercuts. You'll drill him.
Let him go.
Come on.
Let's take a look at that late bell. There's the bell.
He just collapses in exhaustion there after the bell at the end of round 8. And here's round 10. At this point, you look for Botha to need a knockout to win.
Pretty much. He's got to win a round by 3 points. I think it's 85-83. I have it 6 rounds to 3. But the knockdowns.
He pushes him down. That's not a knockdown. Etienne has been down twice in this fight. The second was a little bit on the questionable side.
No. Don't push him down, all right?
But that was clearly a push.
Yes, you did push him down, all right?
Botha refuting the referee. Elmo.H.W.2002. Well, let's see if they both put it all out there now for the 10.
No.
Botha's trying with all he has. There's no quitting Botha either. He's trying to land that right hand at all costs. And I think now attrition becoming a huge factor for both men.
Etienne's won all 4 of his fights that have gone to a decision. Both the 4-0-1 in 10-round decisions, in case you're wondering.
All right, let's go. Get out of there. No. Get out, fellas. Get out.
But if this goes to the judges, I'd be very surprised if Etienne doesn't get it.
Not only in Louisiana where he's a native, but I still think he's outworked Botha for the vast majority of the fight. Without a knockdown this round, on my scorecard, Etienne can't lose the fight.
That is an unbiased opinion, yes?
Unbiased opinion. I think he's losing this round. But...
All right. You hold it and quit it.
Etienne on the attack.
No, don't punch. Let's go.
But not very effectively. A minute to go in the fight.
Get up. Keep your head up.
Etienne still leaning over his head, his hand down and his head leaning the same direction, get hit on top of the head.
No. Get out.
Reasonably consistently. Botha's, like you said, not that big a punch. Not that big.
All right, let's go. Get out of there. Break it clean. Step back. Step back.
They're both fatigued, tired. 30 seconds to go in the fight.
I think the performance is equally bad. I think nobody's stock goes up. Let the winner, not the loser.
All right, let's go.
Oh, it sure started out differently, though, didn't it?
Sure did.
Botha trying to land with that heavy right. Coming up to 10 seconds. He's just, the big body just leaning on Etienne. Etienne is shaking up here. But he's only got 5 more seconds. Not sure exactly what happened there. But that's it anyway. It becomes academic. Botha puts his hands up in victory. Hears it from the crowd in negative fashion.
You never hear me
limping around.
You'll never hear me say this, or you might not. You'll never hear me say this again. I'd like to see him call this a draw.
Wow. You're right about that.
Courage tonight, my friend.
Etienne clearly shaken up there in the final 5 to 10 seconds as he's being leaned on heavily on the ropes by the White Buffalo. What a strange fight this was. Etienne's wife, Tiffany.
I know.
And I definitely don't think either fighter helped their cause reestablish themselves in the top 10. Legitimate top contenders. It just didn't happen tonight.
Well, now you got 2 guys upset at you. First it was Etienne, now both. Let's get it quickly up to Jim Gray with Elmo 8-0.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Elmo, what happened there at the end of the 8th round when Botha was hit and knocked down well after the bell?
Well, what happened was that I didn't hear the bell. With all the crowd noise, I didn't hear the bell. I can only call it an accidental situation, and I'm not going to penalize anybody else.
Both of the fighters stopped, apparently, other than Etienne, but Botha definitely stopped.
Apparently didn't stop, but one of them knocked it down.
Botha stopped clearly.
Well, I didn't see it that they both stopped clearly, okay? And I didn't hear the bell, so I'm going on the basis that I didn't hear the bell. It's an accidental situation, and I'm not going to penalize anybody for hitting after the bell if I didn't hear it myself, okay?
Is that why you gave him 2 minutes when the rules state that you're only allowed 1 minute in between rounds?
No. On an accidental injury, okay? And this could be considered accidental. I can give up to 5 minutes.
Well, let's take a look at it, Elmo, right here. And you can see what happens here at the end of the 8th round. And I'll let you know when the bell rings. As you see, it's winding down. Still time. Coming down in the final seconds here. I'll let you know. There's the bell.
It's
about 3 punches after a good 4 or 5 seconds.
If you run it again and you say that's the bell, then it should have been a knockdown if you look at it, okay? Because he hit him.
Elmo, you're way off. He hit him 3 or 4 times after the bell. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where the referee has not been able to hear the bell. The commission right in front of you is waving it off.
Well,
not to castigate you. I mean, you made a mistake and it's a human error. Everybody understands human error, but
maybe I need to get my hearing fixed then, because all I can tell you is that I did not hear the bell. If you can't take that,
here it is again. Look at. That's it. That's the bell. 1, 2.
If you can't take what I've told you,
no, I understand that. I accept that.
Absolutely. Of what went on, I did not hear the bell.
But should a fighter be penalized because of that?
Well, who got penalized?
He got knocked in the head 3 times after that and got knocked down.
This is my ring from the standpoint of what I'm doing, Tim. Okay. If I don't conclude within my own feelings that the man should be in any way penalized, that was not the case. I did authorize an extra rest fine.
Okay, Elmo, we accept your answer. I believe it was an honest mistake. It's just in this instance a bad mistake.
Well, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion. Try and respect ours. We're the ones that are in here. You try it someday.
Well, that's not what I'm paid to do, Elmo. Steve?
Well, a controversial ending there, as Etienne Botha is the prelim for Adolph Gray.
the human error factor.
Well, I mean, I give Elmo Adolph credit for at least being honest.
Well, with the options that are open to him, if he can't penalize someone. If he doesn't hear the bell, and one of the fighters doesn't hear the bell, I think it'd be difficult to penalize.
All right, we'll get back to it. Let's get the decision, though, from Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the scorecards. Judge Paul Sita scores the bout 95-93 in favor of Botha. And both judges, Barry Orgeron and Kenny Sentes, are in agreement, scoring the bout exactly the same, 94-94. This bout is a majority draw.
Well, you called it.
That's almost reasonable to me.
A majority draw between Etienne and Botha. A very wild, controversial fight. And you can hear the crowd reaction. They're not happy. It's a very unpopular decision here by the judges.
Neither of the animals are relegated out to pasture yet.
Well,
no closure.
No closure whatsoever. And how many times has this happened in boxing? Unbelievable. So, where do you go from here? All right, for more fun and games, let's go back into the ring and Jim Gray.
All right, thank you, Steve. Clifford, you just said something very interesting to Francois. You think he should have won the decision? Is that what I heard you say?
It was close. I think he might have edged me out a little bit. I'm not sure, but I know that I had the hometown crowd, you know, and it was my way. But I think that if they wouldn't have let him rest all the time when I knocked him down, I think I would have finished him off right there. So,
but Clifford, you knocked him down. You hit him 3 times after the bell had sounded. I know that you and Elmo did not hear the bell, obviously, but that was well after the bell, some 5 or 6 seconds and 3 punches.
I ain't know that for. I ain't hear.
You were unaware, obviously.
Huh?
You were unaware that you didn't hear the bell either?
No, indeed. I wouldn't hit the man after the bell. I'm not a dirty fighter. I'm not a dirty fighter.
Let me bring Francois in here. Stick with us for a second, Clifford. You, in the 8th round, did you hear the bell and did you stop because of it?
Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, I hit the bell, I turned around, when it hit me.
How much did that affect you? I mean, was it impossible for you to recover? You had 2 minutes in between the round.
You know, it was. I didn't thought that, you know, my heart brought me through once again, but it was very hard, man. It's like, you know, it was like a Tyson punch. You know, a punch you don't see is a punch that hurt you. And, you know, after the bell, you know, I mean, I'm a veteran. I should not have dropped my hand, but it was clearly late after the bell.
Yes, you're right. Let's take a look at it, both of you guys here, as we take a look at what goes on here at the end of the round. And let's have you comment first, Clifford, and I'll let you know when the bell sounds. We don't have the clock in there, but I'll let you know. Right now, you're dominating the fight pretty well. You're hitting him. He's on the back up. Good right hand there. Tell me what you're thinking. There's the bell right there. 1, 2, 4, 5, 2 or 3 punches in about 6 seconds. What's your reaction seeing that now, Clifford?
Yeah. I mean, I know I heard him. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to take him out like a real warrior do. But I mean, I know they can't pick him up, you know. Say, y'all calm down, man. Say, I think, you know what I think they ought to do? We ought to do? I think we ought to go ahead and let them fight. Let them fight it out.
You guys want to do that?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Francois, let me get your reaction now, having seen that.
I knew you had big heart anyway, though.
Having seen that, what's your reaction?
You know, it's sad. I knew coming to Clifford's hometown, but I would have to, you know, fight my heart out once again, because he's my hometown favorite. And I thought I was doing pretty good. And as we saw there after the bell, I mean, it was 3 right hands. It'll take, you know, any heavyweight with about 200 pounds can hurt you.
You were dominating this. He was dominating you in this fight until the 5th round, and then you knocked him down. Was it your feeling that you could put him away then, or were you surprised that he was able to continue?
Oh yes, definitely. I know he was hurt. I know. I wouldn't say he was dominating me. I mean, it was.
Well, he won every round.
Well, he was pressuring. You know, he's pressuring.
They gave him every round. Well, guess what? Guess where we are.
right here. There's a good right uppercut.
Yeah.
And were you surprised that he was able to recover after this shot?
Yeah. Why do we have a draw?
Every round, we shouldn't have a draw.
Well, you got 2 10-8 rounds. I'm not a referee. I don't make the decisions. I don't score the fight. Gentlemen, are you guys willing, and do you want to do this again?
Yeah, we'll do it again.
You want to do this again?
It's another loss for either one of us, but it's things like this, that really hurt boxing. It hurt boxing. Really.
No one can disagree with that. Gentlemen, thank you both. Steve, let's go back down to you. We've seen it all, and now we've seen it more.
Well, a key point is that in round 8, if it is scored a knockdown, Etienne wins, but it was a 10-9 round on all 3 judges' cards, and then Botha earns a draw. The knockdown was after the bell, and fans here only saw Botha go down. So that's why they're upset. They thought it was a knockdown for their hometown favorite, Clifford Etienne, but it was clearly after the bell, so not ruled a knockdown for Clifford Etienne, the Black Rhino.